Hey guys, it's Deligracy here, and welcome to a new Sims 4 speed build. It is a speed build of Barbie's dream penthouse for a change. I've done 2 speed builds of Barbie's dream houses, and I decided, since there was a new city living expansion pack that's come from The Sims 4, we needed to move her and the fam to the city, and to do so, she needed to live in a fabulous penthouse. So that was kind of a no-brainer. But if you are new to my channel watching this video, basically I do a series called Let's Play Barbie in The Sims 4. And we're up to season 3 now. So season 3 is going to kick off in this new penthouse living in the city. Basically the series just follows an ageless Barbie. She doesn't age because she's a Barbie doll, and she just keeps having babies with Ken. And we're exploring kind of her kids' dramas and her storyline. And hopefully in season 3 we've got some new characters coming in as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, for this speed build, I wanted to definitely make it very Barbie, very pink, very fabulous, and I wanted it to be a little bit New York inspired in terms of the interior design. And this is actually the 4th attempt I've had at building it. I built this 3 other times, and I was not happy with them, so I just kept trying until I was happy with it. And I decided this one feels like Barbie. It feels like a penthouse, so I'm glad to have finished it because I know you guys have been waiting patiently for it. And the other speed builds I have recorded as well. So what I might do is make them into normal speed builds. I'm not sure. But they were still good. They just didn't feel that much like Barbie, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. So this one definitely feels like her. And you know what the hardest thing is? We don't have a hot pink wallpaper. Just a plain hot pink wallpaper. So I've actually needed to go ahead and use the kind of fluorescent, shiny lit up ones that we got with the day spa pack or spa day pack. And, it wasn't ideal for painting large sections of walls. So what we've actually used it for is all of the trims around the penthouse. And I think that actually worked out quite well because it's not too overpowering. It doesn't look too unrealistic, but it still gives that hit of pink. It's very hot pink, very Barbie. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. We are building in the fashion district because hello, Barbie is fashionable. So that makes total sense. And this building's a really, really cool building. I love the glass kind of cascading trimmings on the building on the left there. I think that's really cool. And because this was quite a long build, I have cut out certain parts of the build that I didn't think were super important. So we've just kind of gone ahead or skipped ahead just a little bit to working on the back of the house. And then we'll skip ahead to when the pink has been applied to it, because right now we don't have any pink trims. I was just trying to figure out, okay, what are the feature walls of the house? Where do the different colors begin and end? And where do we need some different textures to make it look nice and dynamic and interesting? So that's kind of what we're doing now with all of the wood paneling and the gray and the stone, just figuring out exactly how to do it. And I wanted it to be not too high, like not too many levels. The last dream house was actually a little big for Barbie and the family. During gameplay, it was lagging a lot because we used a lot of layered mirrored objects. So in this build, I've decided to kind of step back a little bit, simplify it somewhat, and thank goodness we have the new vintage glamour stuff pack, because in that stuff pack, there are floor-to-ceiling mirrors, so we don't have to layer them. So I was very happy about that. And yeah, we have a lot of fun with that new stuff pack. So here we are, we've skipped ahead a little bit, and this is the hot pink trimmings on the build. So we've got a lot of white. The reason why I used a lot of white was because it needed to have that real penthouse look about it. It wasn't going to ever be a rustic or an industrial looking penthouse. It needed to be something very new, I thought, for Barbie. So we're just replacing some of the windows. I thought these windows from City Living that have that icy blue color color actually really worked nicely with the hot pink. Really makes the colors pop amongst the white, which is really important. And we're going to add in some greenery and some foliage and some extra details around the house, which really does finish it off nicely, I think, and make it look interesting, you know? Catches the eye a little bit. Well, at least I hope so, because that's kind of the aim. Barbie needs to live in a beautiful house because she's so beautiful herself. And at the very top of the house, that cube kind of sitting on top, or the very top level, that is actually going to be Barbie and Ken's penthouse bedroom and ensuite, so they get the best view and they have their own upstairs, I guess, balcony, and they have their own spa up there so they can really escape from the kids and have a romantic night to themselves, you know. I thought that was kind of nice. And I think altogether there are 6 bedrooms, a gymnasium, and a home office. So you could actually turn the gym and the home office into 2 more bedrooms. So you could actually make this into an 8-bedroom house if you're doing like I don't know, some kind of challenge video where you needed a full household. So yeah, take out the gym and the home office and you've got an 8-bedroom house as well. So it's pretty big. It's not by any means going to be, what's the word? Modest. It is not a modest house. Oh my goodness, we're doing the basketball court now, and I love that we have basketball hoops in City Living. That was such a cool addition to the game, and I love the animations actually while playing basketball. I think they nailed them. We are going to enclose the basketball court, which I think is important because otherwise I feel like the basketball would be flung into the city below. So we do actually give it a glass roof in a second and enclose it fully, but also let it have lots of air coming through. So you guys will see that in a second, and I think it looks really nice. This is where we're adding the details to the house. To begin with, I actually had these detailing panels as pink and yellow, and I really liked the pink, but the yellow I did not like at all. Like, it looked kind of moldy green. So we're actually going to change most of them to white. You could change them back if you wanted to, but I don't know. The yellow was, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's just from some angles it looks weird. So I do go white, but we almost went all out pink. And these windows are so much fun with the fragmented glass sections on it. I love those. And this is just going to be a nice canopy area. This is where we're going to put some greenery onto it. You know, being a penthouse, it's really difficult for you to have trees growing and like a rooftop garden. It's not going to be that easy. So I thought adding greenery in more realistic ways through canopies and stuff would, you know, bring the place to life a little bit. So that's what we're doing right now. And here we are changing the pieces to white, and it just makes it blend in nicely with the canopy as well. We've also added some floor lighting to this build to make it look a little bit more snazzy and high fashion, you know. So we're just I've added those lights in, and now we're sealing up the basketball court. So we're going to completely cover it, and then we're going to bring the roof over it and put in a dance floor from the Sims 4 Get Together, and that's going to give a really nice, cool blue glass, not skyscraper, what's it called? Skylight over the top of it. So I was pretty glad that those fitted in quite nicely. And it looks really nice with the new lighting engine. When the light comes in, it casts some really nice crisscross patterns on the ground, which I really love. And yeah. So living in this house, we're going to have Barbie and Ken. They have their kids Pearl and Onyx living here. We also have Ruby living here, who's a bit of a bratty character. She had the same kids' bedroom for so long, so I'm so excited. She actually has her own new bedroom for this build. Here's another canopy we're making over the pool, which I thought was kind of nice. So if you're swimming, you can have a little bit of shade. And I do like that it's triangular because it kind of ties in with the shapes on the windows that are fragmented. I thought that kind of looked nice. And we're also putting some... Oh, do I get rid of that greenery or do I leave it there? I feel like I wasn't completely sold on putting the greenery there. I'm not sure. We also have Jem, who's just broken up with his girlfriend, Honey, who's probably going to move back home. So I've put in a bedroom for him as well because I felt like he needed one. And yeah, so basically it's going to be Gem, Onyx, Pearl, Ruby. Yeah, so 4 kids. Hopefully going to have more kids as well. And there's a chance Diamond might move back home. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, so moving on, we've got the floor plan more or less figured out at this stage. That took me a long time to figure out, and it was just kind of a nightmare trying to edit that into this video. So basically what I've done is I've laid out some really basic furniture, like there's a basic piano, kind of the lounge room's been plonked in really randomly. By no means this isn't the final furnishing. It was just more to see what furniture can actually fit in and where. That's kind of how I build the interior. Otherwise, I don't really understand what I can fit. Originally, the kitchen was going to be quite separate, but I thought, okay, no, it's probably easier if it has a walk-through way. And we are going to have 2 living areas in this build as well. I kind of wanted to put a sauna in here, but I didn't end up doing that. I feel like I might actually add that in afterwards. But it is available on the gallery for download if you'd like to download it. Just look up my username Deligracy or the hashtag Deligracy or the hashtag Deligracy Barbie and it should come up. Also, this kitchen is very much inspired by the Kardashians' kitchen. You know how the Kardashians have a lot of black and white tiling in their house and it's so over-the-top glam? That's kind of what I was going for in this. So we've got mirrors from the Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack. We're going to have black and white tiles in a second, pops of turquoise, pops of pink. It's going to be very OTT, but I think it's perfect for Barbie. I mean, you have to kind of think of this house as a little bit like a dollhouse. So, yeah, it was kind of fun. Do we use alternating chairs? Originally, we were going to use alternating chairs. Yeah, there we go. And I was trying to kind of figure out the wallpaper, and that pink just doesn't suit the pink on the chairs. And then once I put in this black and white tiling with those already very decorated chairs that are already over the top, I was like, oh my gosh, this clashes everything. And I feel like we kind of managed to make it work in the end. I mean, in my eyes, it works. Of course, everyone's different. Some of you guys won't like it, but I love it. I love it. It was fun. And there's also several staircases getting up to the next level in the house. So I think during actual live mode, this house should be really easy for Sims to get around in and move around in. I also really wanted to use the new Vintage Glamour wallpaper here, but it was just way too much. So we're going to cut it back in a second. We're actually going to add some just plain grey walls as well. And I love the fact that that painting on the left perfectly fits in with the color, that turquoise color on the walls. I was pretty stoked about that. And we also have those hot pinks tying into the other painting as well. Nice. Fairly spacious kitchen here. It should be easy for Sims to cook. There should be plenty of bench space for them as well. And I decided not to put bar stools in just because when my Sims do eat, I want them to eat at the table. I don't want one of them sitting on the bar stool, you know. That always really frustrates me. So I decided, you know what, let's just get rid of the bar stools. And yeah, also we've got some decor items in the corner there. And I was so excited because I found out our base game chandeliers have some new colorways. So make sure you keep an eye out to check out the base game furniture because over the last few game updates, they have been adding new swatches in. So it makes me really happy. I'm just waiting for a white modern door. That's all I want. I don't understand why all the contemporary doors in the base game have either one kind of timber, like front to them, like light timber, or they're blue. I'm like, what? Why? It's one of my biggest frustrations with the game. Trust me to be frustrated by a color of a door. Like, Oh, so deli. But it just, I pray that they're going to give us just a plain door or even just a black door. Just give me a black door and a white door and I'll be so, so happy. So happy. Alrighty, so we're putting in some of the kitchen appliances and we've just got like some knives, and I really wanted the knives to look like they were stuck on via a magnet on the mirrored walls, but unfortunately, they kind of glitched out, so we couldn't do that. That's right. And then this is the entry hallway, so we do have the lift. Usually black and hot pink, I'm really not a fan of, like black and pink. Usually I don't like, but because the kitchen has that crazy black and white tiling in it, you know, it actually kind of worked to have the black and pink, and I didn't mind it so much because it all goes together. We're actually going to change those black rugs to a white, I think, because it was a little bit much. And we're also about to put some grey walls in, so it's not as harsh. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more like a real house and slightly less stark. Loving the hot pink couch here from City Living. And this took me way too long to figure out what I wanted to do here. I was like, okay, should we put a plant here? Should we put a lamp here? Should we what is the perfect thing to put in this corner? And I just tried for so long figuring it out. This was actually ridiculous because if you think about it, this is going at 5 times the speed it actually took me, 5 times as quick. So this little part, I just really struggled. I don't know. But in the end, I thought that column pedestal was just a little bit much. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of it in a second, I think. And gosh, I love the graphics on those paintings from The Sims 4 City Living. They're so beautiful. Whoever on the team actually made them, I love them. And I love those mirrored side tables that came with the Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack. We're actually going to use a ton of things from City Living and Vintage Glamour. Like a lot of things. They go together so nicely. I love how over the top they are. Those items, they're just so beautiful. And that is actually partly why I waited a while before actually building this for a 4th time, because I really wanted that Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack. I really wanted it. So yeah. So this is going to be the downstairs lounge room. We're going to have another one upstairs. It took a little while to figure out the color palette for this, but I really wanted to use this yellow wallpaper. And the yellow is quite daring. Is it Barbie? I don't think it's a traditional Barbie color yellow. However, Barbie isn't just pink. She loves bright colors. She's represented with bright colors. So I figured, you know what, as long as it's vibrant, as long as it's really glamorous, I think it does suit her. So this is probably my favorite room in the house. I love the yellow chairs we've used as well. And this, I think we actually put do we put the zebra rug? No, we keep this swirly kind of rug thing in there. But I just love how those yellow chairs tie into the wallpaper, and then the white couches tie into the white timber on the wallpaper as well. Like, it's a very matchy kind of lounge room, and yeah, it's nice. I also wanted to use this little mirrored butler tray thing, so I was like, oh, we better quickly put that into the kitchen as soon as I saw it. So yeah. Just adding some extra things. I wish that chandelier that's white in the kitchen, I wish that came in an all black. It comes with black and then white lamp shades on it, and I just wish it was all black. That would have been really good, but yeah, unfortunately, we've only got the all white, not the all black option. And just figuring out what kind of paintings to put in here. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I know what painting we need. We need the new Vintage Glamour paintings. Yes. So here we are. We've got the Audrey Hepburn inspired one, which I think is really nice. And we're also going to be putting in some curtains here. So I like using these silver things from The Sims 4 Get to Work because I think they kind of look like I guess, curtain rods in a weird way. I mean, it's the only object I can use. I was trying the hot pink curtains as well, which we could have potentially used, but I wasn't about it. So we go back to the white. Oh, we use black. That's right. But I wanted it to look like those curtains had kind of been pushed to the side and you could grab them and pull them to cover up the whole window, as opposed to having a curtain per window, because it just feels a little bit too much and sometimes a little bit unrealistic, because a lot of the time you just have pull curtains. Oh my goodness. I left my window open, speaking of curtains, so my curtain is banging while recording. So I apologize for that. The weather has suddenly become very windy. Oh well. Oh well. It'll just be banging in the background. Sozzles, guys. And yeah, we're just figuring out what kind of things to put on the coffee table, what works. I was kind of tempted to put Christmas presents in the lounge room because it's around Christmas time when I'm recording this. And of course, the gorgeous cupcakey dessert thing. I just love that. And I felt like we needed a black coffee table just to tie in with the curtains and also those gorgeous picture frames. So yeah, pretty much finishing it up now for this lounge room. We've got a nice fluffy rug in there. Loving the fluffy textures that have come in this new stuff pack. And these chandeliers, sometimes they're not quite bright enough, so I actually add these extra downlights on top of them just to expand the lighting reach. And these mirrors just finish off the room perfectly. We also needed some sconces, so we put those on the wall. Oh wait, not sconces. I think we just use normal wall lamps. And yeah, looking pretty fine. Oh, and I love that I got to use that high back couch as well. I was pretty stoked about that. Oh, delivery. 1 second, you guys. Alrighty, so I just got a delivery, a Kmart delivery, which is always good fun because I want to do some DIY Christmas decoration videos. So keep an eye out for that because that is going to be a little bit of a hoot of a time. I'm excited. I'm excited to get my hands, creative and actually like painting stuff. It's going to be a good time. Anyways, back to the build. So we're just basically doing the corridor area that leads from the front door through to a couple of the bedrooms. We've got the gym there, which I just did off camera as well. It's pretty straightforward, the gym. You'll see it in some screenshots at the end. And nothing too exciting going on in the gym, but it does have a little bit of a Hamptons kind of red and white color scheme, which is, I like it. I like it a lot. And I also thought it was a bit of fun to have these bright red chairs in the hallway as well. But, I was working with all of these different wallpapers that were a little bit over the top, and I felt like, let's just go with a classic gray. So I think that kind of worked nicely with these pop-art paintings. So it's quite a fuse between traditional, more conservative wallpaper, and then we have this crazy contemporary and bright pops of color, which I think is a bit New York style. Reminds me of a Penthouse, definitely. And I like the chairs too. This is upstairs on a balcony. We have just a nice seating area and a little barbecue area. I love these chairs. I think they're really cool. They're like stone chairs. I imagine they would be so heavy to move in real life, but they're so pretty. And I just felt like on this balcony, we're just, have a nice little garden area on the side. Again, being inspired by the fragmented windows, we have a bit of a triangular garden patch. And we're also just going to put some wall greenery behind the barbecue. I love those horizontal metal pieces that they're just so handy that came with Get to Work to use as curtain rods or for like wall gardens. You can use them for so many different things. And this is the second lounge room, which is going to be a very, very typical Barbie kind of looking lounge room. So we've got the color palette being inspired by the wallpaper from Sims 4 Vintage Glamour Pack. And we're just going to use some of the base game couches, which are very French noir feeling, fusing that more traditional conservative design with Oh, I'm going to get rid of those hot pink drop down lamps in a second. I didn't like those in the end. That was just a little bit too much, I think, even for that front room. So yeah, we've got the traditional fused with the more contemporary stuff again. Fluffy off-white carpet to go with that marble flooring. Sometimes it's nice to have white and off-white together. I think if it's all white, it's just a bit much. I like to warm it up a little bit. And yeah, we've also overlapped some coffee tables there. And we're also putting a table behind the couch, are we? I think I was just looking for the plain marble one because I love putting that marble on top of the marble flooring. I love that. I love that they just match. And yeah, sometimes I like matchy things. And then we're just going to have a simple baby pink bookcase behind here, which I think works perfectly. And I love the fact that we can put so many objects on this shelving unit. There's so many spots where you can actually place things, which is a really nice little bit of detail for The Sims, I think. And we've moved upstairs to Barbie and Ken's room. We're using the new vanity there for Barbie and Ken, and their bathroom's super duper pink and mirrored as well. So I love these new vanities. This is another thing from the Vintage Glamour stuff pack. I mean, that stuff pack is so perfect for Barbie, like so perfect. And I did do a Barbie makeover as well. And the whole family is just head to toe Vintage Glamour. It was fun. And the other really nice thing about that stuff pack is that there's all of these little makeup items that we just put on the dresser then. That is from the Buy Debug menu. So if you put in the cheat bb.show hidden objects, and then you go down to the search bar where you can go through the build and buy catalog, you just type in debug and you can actually find them in there. It's pretty cool. I decided to put a little bit of pastel green next to the bed just to break up the pink a little bit. Super girly, super Barbie. And we've also got some more vintage styled base game lamps next to the bed, base game chandeliers and the new colorway. The flooring, I think, is from City Living, that carpet. Which, I mean, there's a lot going on in this room, but at the same time, because the color palette is so strictly pink and white and grays, I think we can get away with a lot of pattern in here. So it kind of works. And of course, we needed a wardrobe. I mean, we could renovate eventually and put in a bigger wardrobe. But then again, like I said earlier, this was meant to be a slight downgrade in house size. So I just thought, you know what, let's just keep it a little bit more simple. But we could easily extend this house a lot if we really wanted to. We could do it. This is Onyx's room. So Onyx is the youngest boy in Barbie's family at this stage of the Let's Play. And he is pretty different to everyone else in the family. He is a child sim. He'll probably age up to a teen sim really soon. But he's a bit of he is a loner. He talks to the monster under his bed because he doesn't really have any friends except for his sister Pearl. And Barbie was really concerned about him. So she actually took him to a child psychologist, Margot. And Jem actually went with them, and Jem fell in love with Margot and has had a little fling with Margot, even though he had a girlfriend at the time. So Onyx, Onyx is, he's struggling a little bit. I don't think he actually does have any problems though, like just because Barbie can't see the monster under the bed, he can. It's okay. And he's going to maybe get into computer programming or hacking or something. But he definitely just likes everything to be black. He likes having the curtains closed. He loves movies, so he's got lots of movie posters on his wall. And he also, I think he also would love void critters. So there's a lot of void critters sitting around the room, which are those little graphic characters on the walls. And then I was trying to figure out if I wanted Pearl's room to be next to his. Sorry, this is like going to make you guys dizzy. But Pearl's room is actually going to be another level up from his room. So Pearl's room is probably my favorite bedroom in this house. Pearl is Pearl and Onyx being the youngest, they're kind of the furthest away from Barbie's personality. So Pearl has a hygiene. Pearl is OCD. She is obsessed with hygiene. She's probably going to wear gloves when she ages up, when she can actually wear them. And she always washes her hands. She always has her hair perfectly pinned back. She has glasses. She takes every single precaution that she can. So I wanted her room to be super perfect, super clean, and very, very light and bright. So we've gone for really nice soft peachy colors, the mint wallpaper, and just simple furnishing. Everything's pretty color coordinated because that's how she would like it. And I thought that painting was actually really nice on the wall, kind of looking out to a cityscape geometric painting. I thought that was nice. And she doesn't have a computer or a TV in her room because she doesn't believe in technology in Zen spaces. So that's kind of what I was going with there. And then she's got a nice little vanity space over here with a fun statue. So it's just a really simple, clean room, and I just liked it. I like the color scheme. Alrighty, I think we're about to work on Ruby's room. Yeah, this is Ruby's room. So Ruby, contrary to Pearl and Onyx, she loves attention. She's loves attention, kind of used to have middle child syndrome. She just wanted everyone to look at her. She's very obsessed with her appearance. She's a bit up herself. She's pretty much the brat of the family. She's not the nicest in the family by any means. She's also really spoilt and very good at getting exactly what she wants. So her room needed to have a bit of a luxury feel to it, a Regina George feel to it. Her name is Ruby, I know, but there wasn't really many red items that I really liked. So we've actually gone with purples and goldy champagne yellows for her room, which I like because it's very girly. The purple is rich enough to be getting close to a ruby color, even though it's got that Barbie pink mixed in with it. And yeah, she's got chandeliers. I mean, this room just screams wealth and luxury. She's gone all out. She's asked for the best of the best of the best. And I just think that is Ruby in a nutshell. So I like this room. It also had to show a little bit of youthfulness. So we've got those bright candles next to her computer. The painting on the wall with the blossoms, that might be interpreted as a more poppy, youthful kind of painting. I don't know. I tried to make it happen. And she's also got a lot of makeup everywhere because she's quite vain and she loves doing her makeup. I'm not saying you're vain if you like makeup, but in Ruby's case, she is. And I really wanted to add a vanity there, but it was just blocking the door. So I decided, fine. We won't have a vanity. She'll just always want to go use her mum's. And that's cool. So yeah, she's on the other wing of the house. She also basically has her own private balcony, which she used to have in the old house as well. And last of all, kind of opposite Onyx's room is Gem's temporary room, because Gem will be moving home for a little while. I wanted this room to be very Gem. It's darker colors. It's very I don't know. It's just Gem. It's just Gem in a nutshell. I was going to do blues, but I thought, no, let's do more silver, black, and white. Because he is he's kind of a spicy character. He's quite a player. He's good looking. He is quite selfish, I don't know. I wanted him to have a bit of a bedroom where he would bring the ladies back to, this is his bachelor pad whilst he's living back at home. So I wanted it to be kind of over the top, quite masculine. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. And it also needed to have that youthful bit of something in it as well. So I didn't want it to look too traditional. So that's why we have that graphic, almost graffiti-esque painting on the wall. just to, you know, bring it back down a little bit from the super conservative, traditional, glamorous look. Although that glamorous look isn't exactly conservative, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I love the silver and the pewter tones on the wallpaper though. I think they're really cool. And I wanted him to have one of those leather desk chairs. And for a painting on the wall, in the end, we just do some like gaming paintings. Anyways, here are the screenshots. This is a finished house. I've got the outdoor area just next to Ruby's bedroom and the basketball court, which I love. I had a lot of fun with that, and just another view of the house as well. So this is it. I really hope you guys like it. The Kardashian merged with Barbie inspired kitchen and bar area should be really easy to play in, and there's just a like a real estate sim I had in there just to take the photos with, and the mirrored splashback in the kitchen. This is the more formal lounge probably, with a lot of yellow in it, and that awesome chair, which I love so much. Piano, there's a little outdoor sitting area there as well. I will show the floor plans in a second too, so if you guys want to pause the video and actually check out how this place flows, I've included that. That's Barbie's office, which I did off camera as well. This is the guest room that I did off camera. Then we have Pearl's perfectly peachy minty room. Very fresh looking, very nice. My favorite room. I'd pick that room if I had to live in it. The gym, reds, blacks, and whites really made that up. And the second, more casual lounge room, very Barbie, very pink. Ruby's extravagant bedroom, royal bedroom. That's a fun room, actually. I do like that. I think that came together okay. And then Onyx's smaller bedroom, with the gold accents, gold and black, and Gem's bedroom as well over here. And then Barbie and Ken's bedroom. Fancy schmancy. And they're, well, I suppose Barbie's vanity, but I'm sure Ken uses it as well time to time. And then there's their bathroom too. Yeah, but here's the floor plan. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to start Let's Play Barbie Season 3 in the city, and please let me know what you want to happen. Anyways, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.